Right? And we found out the guy's been... Oh yeah, the guy came in saying Flats needs to apologize and had a responsibility to make it right. And then we found out the guy's been banned for cheating so many times he became hardware banned. Yeah. And then also, I went back and watched the video. I went back to find the original video of where I found the guy cheating. And his... Guess what? The Twitch name matches the DPS guy on my team that was playing in that game. It was his duo.
That matchup should be pretty decent, but
so you have a bit of a vested interest. Your friend was cheating and playing with you. Is probably boosting you at that point. You have a vested interest to try to, you know, go on his behalf. Like, I remember when I pulled up the VOD and I literally went, wait a minute, that's you. And then like they stopped talking, like they disappeared after that. You know, like poof, gone. Like, that was so funny. That was an actual unironic. Wait, is this you? I also found it was very funny that they chose to do that on one of the biggest drop days. Like they waited for a big drop day to come in. I go, ah, you come in when there's a lot of viewers, but you won't come in on a day where there isn't that many because you'll have a better chance of getting my attention. You just care about the amount of people that are in the room because all you want is just attention here anyways. You're not trying to make something right. You just want attention. You can actually like read it like a book at this point. It's quite sad. It actually makes me sad how good I've gotten at it. Crap's good at it too though. Like it's not just me. Like if you've been in this game long enough, you get really good at picking up on it.
I mean, TM surviving that is actually unreal. They really should be losing. Yubi comes back now over to...
Is Mauga's left click better than right click? Both of them have uses.
A lightning fast Bob. Might even be outpacing Yoham on the other side. Might even be outpacing the supports in general as Vigilante looks like he will get first window. And on top of the fact
I mean, people cheat because, you know, sometimes they just genuinely believe that they are as good as they think they are, and they just need a little bit of help because, like, they're just having a bad time, or, like, they're mechanically just not, haven't put it, like, they mechanically can't keep up because their PC's not as good. Like, you know, like, unironically, okay, I've told you this before, I unironically don't really talk to a group of my childhood friends that I grew up with. Not like the scary childhood friends, but like my more chill ones, right? Because I don't like who they're friends with anymore. And one of them is friends. I mean, to be fair, they're like it's one of my friends' cousins. So like we couldn't never like say fully no, but like I was like, we don't have to like integrate him into the group. He's a full-on, unironic flat earther. So I have actually got to pick the brain of a real flat earther. And he's also the same type of person that believes that all streamers are cheaters and believes that like most pros are cheaters in video games. And I remember he asked me, he goes, I've known you a long time. I know you wouldn't, but streaming changes people. You haven't started cheating, have you? And I was like, first off, I already was annoyed that I had to be at the same table as this guy. But I then had to explain to him, one, no, that I'm not cheating, and two, I literally get shit talked for how fucking quote unquote bad I am all the time. So like, I feel like I'm not exactly the best person to be accusing here. Like I was like, yeah, there's a lot of things that have come up over the years. Cheating is not one of them, or not really. It's never been one of the ones that's like, nah. Actually, nah. You should see some of those games. I don't think that's possible. So, yeah, I've got to pick the brain of this type of person before, and it's not functioning very well. It is not all there, you know.
Stronger fight wins, more complete fight wins, couple trades from TN.
That's honestly why I don't really argue anymore with a lot of people. It's like literally just argue with the wall, dude. I don't care.
Bliss is completely out of line of sight there of Vigilante. You can see he can only look on as his support teammate is brought down. So this now creates a lot of space and a bit of breathing room.
Do you feel as if Overwatch is running out of ideas for hero abilities?
So when push comes to shove, they can actually be proactive.
Where does that come from? I mean, you can only do so many things in a game like this.
Amp matrix from Vigilante. Here they go. Now Kitsune Rush is going to start them off here. Vortex thrown out to try and slow them down, but the sound barrier is going to be there for GG. And Vigilante gets picked up.
So just do it for
behind.
fun. Yeah, that's fair too.
Court's nicely done to fire up into the sky and actually able to remove Exodial as well. So both DPS.
Damn, Gladiators, Gaming Gladiators actually looking pretty damn good here, pushing back Twisted Minds.
Because they can recontest with the sound barrier and Bob. It's a really good retake opportunity. TVNT dying late might be an issue.
Yeah, they have
just
Bob
have to
and
come
beat.
back faster here.
Twisted Minds probably
If he
wins this
stays
actually.
alive, they can contest right now. Bob will get the touch. No ults online for GG.
Good damage on FD got from the Bob there. That's going to force him way away from the action. Eventually, Bob is down. But TM, yeah, settle that sound barrier here. That could be the decider. We've had the point flip. Oh, okay. Naga's just able to get the touch there. Just
The lights are on and nobody's home. The lights aren't even on sometimes.
We're waiting with bated breath for a chance to let that sound barrier go. And they've employed it perfectly.
I thought Rivals was totally fine. I don't see myself playing Rivals full time. I think I'm going to play it probably a good amount, but playing it full time, I think it has many problems as early Overwatch had. Very many problems. I also got bored of playing the same 3 maps over and over and over. But I also put in a lot of hours, a lot more hours than a lot of other people probably did. So it's like, I'll get tired of it a little bit quicker, or I'll see the flaws a little bit quicker. Because I had a great time in the alpha. I thought the alpha was phenomenal, but I didn't play the alpha nearly as much as I played the beta.
These things are really important for Twisted Minds to stay competitive in this game and keeping points alive. And the fact that they actually won that first cap despite having 1 member down. Remember, FD got in first blood and TM still got first cap.
Listen, a couple of nice moments, a big environmental kill in one of those fights to keep Twisted Minds in the race.
So the issue of AoE heals? I don't think AoE heals would be the problem of Marvel Rivals, to be honest with you. I think Rivals has everyone just be OP, and that's not even that bad. If everyone's OP, no one's OP type of thing, but there's very clearly a major gap between certain characters, but also the biggest problem, at least what I think, is there's not enough tank heroes to play. And Rivals is going to have the same problem Overwatch had, where everyone's going to play DPS. And actually, it already is having that problem. Apparently, the disparity between DPS and tank was fucking massive in the beta. And the only way you can... Oh my god, Quartz. Jesus fucking Christ. Relax, dude. The only way you really solve that problem is by giving people more options and stuff to play, and like you'll have more people that are interested in playing those characters and playing in that role. But with DPS having the most amount of characters and typically on average being the most amount of fun to play, it's going to have the biggest group of players.
So they gotta play for off-angle TPs, put
And G2, Call of Duty watches those accusation analysis YouTubers to confirm his biases. Oh yeah, well I mean, that's what I've argued about this before. Like, you ever watch me have a take on something that typically disagrees with like the average player or like the large majority of people? Even if I end up being right, which fucking happens quite a bit, people will argue up and down how wrong it is because they don't care about your points and the evidence you have. They only want to have their own biases confirmed. So like, there is actually unironically a lot of value of just going with the flow and going with the crowd. Even if you don't fully agree with it, you're just like, yeah, whatever. Because people on average kind of look towards you more favorably. You know? It's weird. It's very strange. Oh, the Tarkov cheater one? I unironically did not play. I have not played Tarkov since that video. I think I played 2 days. I haven't really played again.
Exodial has to traverse this back and forth to try and get that damage done, and it just slows the Tracer up way too
sorry.
much.
Bits TTS got changed because of Somnus.
If the guy's just too far behind. I mean, look, he dies on like what,
95,
thanks,
Mario.
99 now through his death. Unfortunately, just not quite having the sound barrier
200 bits though. Jeff the Landshark is absolutely adorable support. Oh yeah, true.
He'll play that into the fight or find purchase as he's looking for.
I think Juno will be playing OWCS. I think it's way too early. I think it's way too early.
Not quite there as well to match Vigilante.
so far, I think Juno will be a great like ranked hero, but I'm not sure how great they're going to be in team play yet. But we have to wait till see more time to play them, if they get buffed, if they get changes. There's a lot of things there. Way too early. She hasn't even released yet. Yeah, I mean, we had a play test for 2 days, and so people were like, "Oh, are you gonna play her?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's too early."
They look so vulnerable, getting popped out of the mech, but they get a refresh and they get a kill with the self-destruct. A bit of a miscalculation by Fred.
Exodia has to go for the touch, but double
She did get a health nerf already, right? Yes, but apparently a lot of characters did get health nerfs. That's what at least in the blog is implied, is that like a lot of the movement mobility heroes got health nerfs. So on a character like Juno, who I already think people were debating whether or not needed buffs or nerfs or was totally fine, I'm going to assume there'll be a compensation nerf somewhere, considering they like to launch a hero in the strong side of, or safe side of strong. So my bet is it's going to be buffed.
By the Deadeye, and that is a Twisted Minds map win to start our series.
How would you define good content? You can't define it. I mean, I guess you could technically. Defining good content is something that's engaging, the viewer wants to watch for long periods of time, or wants to rewatch it. It can be dependent on how relevant it is at the current moment, right? Like, there's certain things like... Flats 2 is a great example, actually. Like, if you want to do, like, a case study, you should just do a case study on Flats 2. Flats 2 is a great case study on like things that are relevant at this exact moment. You just get it out as fast as possible. It's not the highest quality content, but the speed in which it's put out is typically faster than everyone else, or it's close to as fast to everyone else. And because of that speed, you have the first mover bonus, which means that like it's one of the first times people have seen that piece of content, so they're much more likely to watch it. But then you have something like this, which is like the unranked to GM, which Boger did. That type of video has much more staying power because it's such high quality content and it will last a long time. It doesn't matter if it comes out tomorrow or in 2 weeks or a month from now, right? So there's different time. Like, for example, this Spectre Divide video, or actually this Bungie video, is probably not going to go anywhere ever again, right? It's probably just going to pause right here and it's never going to move again. This first beta patch video won't fucking move. That thing is never going to move again because it's not relevant. It doesn't make any sense anymore. But let's see. TikTok reacts will always climb a little bit, although not nearly as much because TikToks are kind of relevant. Let me see. This one, like why gaming isn't fun anymore, this will probably keep slowly climbing. It actually has slowly climbed quite a bit. Stuff like this will slowly probably climb. Very, very slowly though, because it's like not my normal type of content. So it's like there's different pieces of content that are like have staying power, and that will last. Like you can basically go back and watch whenever. There's content that's relevant, but well, the big things is like, is it engaging? And I don't mean like engagement farming because that shit's cringe. I mean like straight up like, is the content good enough that someone doesn't want to click off of it?
I got Tread demeched already. What?
Yeah, I don't know about that Tread. It lingers a little bit too long. I don't think he expects just that pure burst damage getting thrown at him. Exodial here has to give ground awfully quick, and this is a little bit of an uncomfortable angle to play. Tread now out of the picture, and the cap underway with FD God getting picked up, of course, because there's nobody to build for the Zen. This has gone horribly wrong for GG.
This is cap. Yeah, double supports down after Tread goes down. It's
being consistent builds a lot of trust. True. Yeah, consistency actually doesn't really build trust with the... I mean, it does build trust with the viewer, of course, but actually consistency builds more trust with the platform.
What's going on there? Exodial had no angles to work
which is the big one.
What is your sniping? We've got nothing to work with, and
the platform will basically over time realize that you are a consistent uploader, which means that you are committed and you are dedicated and you are building a base, and YouTube loves that. Loves that. Because if you're consistently uploading, that means they can consistently put ads on your videos. So they know you're not just going to disappear overnight. Which means they're going to be a little bit more favored to putting your stuff out. A little bit more. You know? Yeah, what's up, Badger?
Good news is, even if Game Gladiators start losing space, Exodia still has a lot of room to work with, even if you go...
What kind of content do people usually suggest? Oh,
That should be
like, are you talking about, like, with the
easily okay for
basics
Gladiators,
kind of
but more
content?
than that. They don't have an ultimate advantage here. Vigilante is
Plats,
on
you're
pace
so
to be
not
on-
helpful. You go play quick play and see how fast you get banned because of mass reports and the reporting system is bogus. You know it is also. First off, I didn't say anything to you, you dumb fuck. Second off, I literally play quick play 99% of the time in streamer mode. I literally, every season, at the start of the season, stream between 12 to 20 hours every single day, and 80 to 90% of that is me just playing quick play in streamer mode. And I've never gotten banned or even a fucking warning a single time.
Still no ultimates.
Not a single time. Not one.
A game of Gladiators, 4 members have not found it all.
So don't come in here and you want to complain about your friend getting banned and talk about being bullshit. I'm not going to say anything to you, dude. I don't know the whole story. Hey, it could be bullshit. Who fucking knows, man? I'm not going to shit on you for it. But if you're going to come in here and start shit talking me after I didn't say anything, shut your fucking mouth. Anyways, so what were we talking about before?
Look at GG. Look at how much of the map they have given up. This card is going to stay comfortably around the corner.
Is Overwatch demure and mindful? Can you explain to me what that fucking meme is? Because I see it in every goddamn TikTok comment section, and I don't know what it is.
What's has been dominant so far. At least Exodia does have infrared advantage. You might just want to pop that to.
I saw a fucking video of Joe Biden making jokes at a fucking Kamala Harris rally, and it was just full of like, I love how like relaxed he looks, full of demure and like all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Why is it everywhere? Yeah, but memes spawn somewhere, do they not?
Yep, also can't refresh it either. Exodial going to pick off the Diva before.
Demure is shy and modest.
So now we've lost a minute of that time that Twisted Minds.
But where did it come from?
That's the first fight went for Game of Gladiators as well. Be deep into the map.
It came from a TikTok creator?
Exodial for being able to find the necessary picks.
Yo, Anonymous, thank you for gifted 3 months of sub to Grandma. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, it's a TikTok audio that went viral. Okay.
Might actually be FD God, maybe not even Exodial. As long as Exodial's been
Thank you so much, dude.
Zen is a much more favorable target. Exodial goes down a course.
It was their whole brand and just caught on, I guess.
Naga can hang around on these fights much longer, and that's allowed him to bring Bliss down with a pulse bomb. And FD God staying out of line of
You missed
sight
out on the
means that he
Fortnite
can't be
Family
spotted
Guy
by
Battle
Quartz.
Pass? Oh, come on,
But allows
Violet.
him
What are
to
you
snap on
doing?
the second support here.
Come
So
on.
even though Quartz finds that first pick, Twisted Minds eventually get ground to dust. And it's another minute off the clock.
As well. Now TVNT has to jump off the map, which is going to cost more time. And TM have a huge time bank. Don't get me wrong; they still have a lot to play through. But if you're expecting a really dominant attack,
I heard they're going to be bringing stuff back though like that, so you might be able to. I thought that was like a... I saw some posts recently how Fortnite's going to start bringing back old cosmetics. Just not really old cosmetics, like early, like beginning of the game stuff. So you actually might get a chance like down the line. Oh, in 2026. Oh yeah, just wait 2 years, you'll be fine.
Now that Transcendence can be shut down by Vigilante with a well-placed Bionade.
No, it's just this season and beyond. Oh. Oh, well, I guess you just missed it. Never mind then.
And a flank route.
Well, he lives. It's shiny. Not much else found there. Game of Gladiators, he's alive for now. Let's see if FD God eventually goes back to spawn. Maybe he dies and swaps. There it is, drops off. Get that swap in there. I think that was on purpose.
Need Demure going to work with a green cut crease. Next video was her no makeup, saying she didn't do much. And is now turned into a way of life. Fair enough.
Maybe you're right.
How do you like eggs? Eggs are good. Eggs are good. Scrambled. Sunny side up.
Okay, now over towards TVNT now. It's time to send the Diva in. Where exactly does TVNT
omelets, probably my top 3. Egg on a bird, true. Egg on a bird, pretty damn good.
And we'll allow Tread to remake. Still down to half health. TVNT with a self-destruct of their own means they can play that much more aggressively.
You know what I actually found out recently? Okay, I'm gonna change your life. I normally never shop at Walmart, but I had to start shopping at Walmart recently because I've gotten discovered at multiple grocery stores, and I was like, yep, I'm not doing this. So I started shopping at Walmart, and they have hot honey butter.
The time bank is 143. You think?
Oh, did they say something stupid? I didn't even see it.
Something on A and B, but that's not the case. It was all.
It's actually hilarious how I just tune that shit out 90% of the time. I don't even see it.
To be fair, you know, if you are back against someone, the closer you are to, you know, to losing essentially, the better it is for the actual Zen itself. So
They've been saying stupid? Oh. I thought they were just complaining about their friend or something getting banned. I think I'm gonna snap my fingers and be able to unban them. First off, like, as if I could do that. And second off, like, yeah, sure, man, let me stick my neck out for somebody I've never met in your first time chat, and you've been here 4.5 minutes, and I'm sure going to every Overwatch streamer and complaining about your friend getting banned is a great way to get them unbanned.
Gotta remember that.
I'm sure that's like a foolproof idea. Just keep doing it. Just keep going to every chat. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually.
It's Twisted Minds here. Pretty strong showing in the end. I think the winner.
Oh, they started saying how they're better than streamer and they wanted to flex on you in game. There's a lot of things we could go for flexing on, and let's not start that route. Let's not do that. I feel like that's not going to end well for nobody.
Pretty exploitable, pretty diveable, pretty submissive.
I have a feeling it's not their quote friend. You know, you're probably right. Actually, you're probably right.
He's very solid.
It was really just susceptible to dying to the Widowmaker, of course.
Good times, dude. Good times.
Tracer wasn't going to be a factor there. Or anything else to dive. FD God, who is now returned back over towards the Lucio. This is a lot more conventional Lucio, carry.
Been really bad to get banned. You don't ban anyone at the moment.
This is bread and butter. This is exactly what Game and Gladiators have been basically playing throughout.
I mean, they definitely tuned back a little bit, because I saw people...
Even in the World Cup, so this has to be
did someone accidentally get sniped?
What a difference being,
oh, God.
The Vigilante Ana pick, as opposed to Kiriko.
Oh, yes. They asked?
All right, Trent moves in and takes early damage.
Fair enough. Yeah, if you ask to get banned, crap will absolutely oblige for you sometimes. Like,
Suzu deployed and Trent still demeched here.
oh, they wanted to see what it looks like. Oh, okay.
Similar way. This is a previous engagement at the start of the last round.
I feel like it's really not that hard. I've literally never gotten banned in a chat that, like, wasn't memes with friends, or maybe a chat that I've just never been in, that they just, like, pre-banned because they didn't like me. I've never had it happen my whole life.
Pressured by Yubi, who catches him in the side room, and then instantly TVNT plugs the room to stop Tread from escaping.
Oh, they asked for a 1 minute ban and got a perma. Oh.
Another unfortunate side.
I mean,
attacking side Mitch, Tread dying here
the timeout thing just says, like, you can't chat for a minute, you're timed out or whatever. Ban link will actually pop up saying in chat, like, you are banned. But then it just goes away after. Crap is a saint. Crap has seen some shit, you know? Crap has seen some shit.
Same approach as that previous fight. This time the key, of course, is Tread getting out alive. Maybe getting something for
I mean, we all have at this point, just some more than others. My favorite ones though are in the mod chat, where it's just like randomly one of the mods drops like a screenshot of somebody DMing them, and they're like, "Hi, how are you?" And they're like, "Good. What's up?" And they're like, "What are you up to?" And they're like, do you need something? Like, is there a problem? And they're like, "Oh, I'm just looking for friends." And they're like, "Oh, I thought you needed something because of, like, you came from Flats's chat, but, like, you know, I'm a little bit busy at the moment." And they're like, "Yeah, I'm an up-and-coming artist, and, like, you know, I have a really, can I show you some of my work?"
Gaming Gladiators now down to 1 minute and 37.
Sure, still within the prime.
Zodial has not really found safe flanker out so far. Despite Gaming Gladiators' best efforts to outmaneuver Twisted Minds, so they take a different approach.
And then it's one of three things. If you actually don't know about this, it's one of three things. One, it's an actual scam link that tries to steal your Discord account by clicking on the link. Two, it's somebody that steals art, like basic commissions from people, and then resells them as their own. Or three, it's a literal chat GPT bot that does 1 and 2 combined. Gossy, I think in 4 months we should did.
We'll have it online though when the fight, when it really matters. Tread under pressure once more, Tread! Okay, able to find a self-destruct now. Sound barrier to make sure Tread can remech. Naga dupes a Diva. Means a TVNT though is somehow able to get back in.
This mine's holding really hard here.
Come back in with numbers now to maybe a Diva dupe of their own for that extra durability, and Exodio goes down. This is Twisted Minds again, turning the fight on its head. And the last best chance here for Gaming Gladiators goes begging.
Yeah. No, they just don't have any more ults here. That was the best push. They even got given 2 ticks for free because Twisted Minds respected the Kitsune rush. Tread falling a C pair. He's not going to be the one touching. He's going to have to come back on a ball or a Doom. That is really unfortunate. Core still has a big ultimate. Nano's still online. I'm expecting this to be a full holding game, and Gladiators, they are in a shocking position.
I don't know how they're supposed to touch the Fury Exodial. Yep, doesn't even get to the point at all. Time is going to run out, and that will be the map. Only 2 ticks for Gaming Gladiators on point A of Blizzard World. After Twisted Minds are able to finish the whole thing and have 1 minute and 43 left in their time bank. A dominant showing from Twisted Minds here, who seem to be extremely squeaky clean. Their execution's fantastic, and on an individual level, they are pound for pound looking far better.
Wait, Shade sent me a clip. I don't know if I should wait for Shade to appear before I look at it. I feel like I should wait to see if she appears first.
EMEA winners games here in day 1, of course, of our broadcast. It's day.
All right, I think we got another instant classic. I gotta see this. He's losing it. What is this? Oh no! Do we have another instant classic Seagull clip?
Every fucking time. It's how it is every time. It's always Jungle's fault. No, I don't. Oh my god. Holy shit. Please don't take me as a fucking Mercy main in League of Legends. That is not what we're talking about. I am about to start banning some dumbasses in chat. Don't fucking tempt me. I'm putting it on right now. Listen. The people who go, oh no, Jungle, I get flamed as Jungle. Who gives a fuck? I don't care about them at all. Who gives a shit? We're talking about the it's like the pitying people who walk in and they're like, oh no, that guy you picked Jungle. Don't worry, buddy. You'll get the basics soon. Thumbs up. And then I hit tab and like my teammate has 17 deaths running down mid. And they're like, oh no, buddy, you'll learn the basics every fucking.
You know what the funny thing is? I was actually talking to him the other night, and he literally kept bringing this up, and he was like, he was talking about they're all like they're just so fucking bad, and Shade was dying, fucking dying, because she's like, I've converted him. He actually is truly a League player. He's complaining about Jungle players, and I was like, yeah, she was telling me that they were sitting down like on the couch watching a movie. They were literally watching a movie, and he keeps bringing up how fucking bad his Jungle teammates are over and over during the movie, and I was fucking dying laughing. That's so funny. Yeah, you know what? He's truly integrated. He's having a good time.
He'll be able to deal with Tread though. The Tread is gone, and she is so powerful when she's unmatched. And GG are forced to a route, even going up a player.
Peak 2016 Seagull is returning in League of Legends. You'd love to see it. Yeah, you actually played yourself. Get rolled.
The Floyd Mayweather of EMEA. We're looking at this type of battle. Maybe Gaming Gladiators are just in the wrong weight class, as I also mentioned.
Floyd Mayweather is Aiden Ross level fight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like that. As Gaming Gladiators asked what was going to be the winning confident to play, and they're going to trust in the Lucio Carry Tracer into the Echo.
Bus top being occupied there by the Diva, of course. The May, a pick here that can definitely create some catch opportunities, but also Yubi this time.
It's funny as shit.
Net.
Oh man.
But again, the crackback is good. And eventually FD God once more flies too close to the sun. And yet, you know, he'll come back off spawn to do much the same. Zodi will able to find the pulse bomb kill on.
Interesting seeing May comps with Diva.
Here, but the Divas, of course, are the things that are keeping their teams in fighting.
Diva's just that good right now, huh?
TVNT struck off all the damage, which leaves us in a pitched battle still.
Ham's coming up with ult, so they have an ability to do something here for Gaming Gladiators. Not going to waste any time. Sooner rush out. Vigilante holding maybe too long.
Great shots though from Vigilante though, forcing Zodial back just as he was looking to dive in. Who's the actually opt to regroup here?
I actually never did a mid-season tier list because I was so checked out of the game I just didn't care, but Diva was going to be my S-tier tank, for sure.
Unexpected angle that Zodial takes up there briefly. Sound barrier comes out very early for Twisted Minds. They can really exploit this, and Tread is the first casualty once more. Get rid of the Diva.
Damn, I actually just realized I never did a mid-season tier list. That's crazy. I actually did not care so much this season, I didn't even do a mid-season tier list. Damn, I'm fucking slacking, dude.
And it's just a single sound barrier as well. And honestly, I thought maybe the Nano was going to come through first, but a tempo beat, late death onto Yoham. And there's nothing really to use the sound barrier against in this comp. It's FD God that is under pressure and has a sound barrier coming up as well. That's the one ult that you maybe want to counter beat for beat. It's going to be the Nano and possibly Twisted Minds. They've been so good at just... Okay, that's a reasonable pick out of Vigilante, just fighting Exodial.
Pretty good.
The whole season was mid. I remember, dude. I remember on the podcast, like, no flame to Frito, but Frito was talking about how this season was jam-packed, and I was like, what are you fucking talking about? The season's front-loaded. Like, that was like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago on the podcast. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, the season's front-loaded. All the content's gone. We got nothing for the rest of the next 3 or 4 weeks, and now here we are, we're all fucking falling asleep because like there's been nothing to do for weeks on end.
And that beat comes out.
Oh man. Yo, Jazzy, thanks for 2 months. Appreciate it.
Through exams, thanks.
Gone down, so no Arnold remaining here for Twisted Minds, but Bob does get deployed by Quartz, who is nanoed, and yeah. Gladiators can't get value out of the beat, at least not enough.
Exams. Wait, are you doing like are you doing law exams right now? Because like the only things right now is like accounting and law, right? It's like the bar and accounting stuff, isn't it?
It's gonna take some time. Twisted Minds know it, and they will respect the fact that they will.
I don't know any other things that are having exams right now. I guess summer classes maybe, but
6 minutes left to play through, and still at an alt advantage. Exodio now moving over towards the Venture, which I don't know if that's really going to be able to do too much more here than what the Echo was doing already.
CPA exams, yeah, CPA. I couldn't think of it.
Getting involved in these fights.
June pharmacy, but he's still going through it. Oh, it was June. Okay.
Pops out.
Hey, I'm glad, dude.
Picked up. Great little dive here from Gaming Gladiator. A chance to make up some of this deficit. GVMT remains. Tread goes off the map, and that seems acceptable to Gaming Gladiators as FD God gets his in terms of those environmental.
I'm so confused on what I just witnessed.
Yep. Attacks, though. One player goes down. FD God going for the taxi here.
I love the podcast videos. Honestly, they're so good. I am though. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, dude. I don't think I'm gonna be doing a podcast for a long time.
In what was otherwise a pretty dire situation, not really looking over towards any ultimates, just pure neutral play. Guess what?
I don't see myself doing a podcast for a while.
They're gonna go all in.
Just a heads up.
For them. They get a nice little angle on the side of the map on the water wheel. A rare place
Why?
to find a fight, by the way. You don't have a lot of
because
there.
my own personal philosophy is that podcasts like that should be reserved for people who actually care and have like an actual standing to stand on, like passion. I got nothing right now. I legitimately got nothing. My one option I think would be like the best state of the game is not a feasible option at the current moment. I'm just tired of being told wait and see, and I'm also tired of just arguing all the time. It's just tired. If I actually felt like we were going anywhere with it, sure. But I just don't.
And on that
I don't think so.
I don't think UV can necessarily play the May Blizzard offensively.
I'm just not. I just don't want to. Like if people ask me for my opinion, sure, I'll tell you my opinion. But that's it.
Not a lot of great times, except when you're.
It's like you can accept it or not. It's like I'm not willing to. I'm not really willing to stake my reputation. I'm not willing to stake my pride. I'm not willing to stake my any like abilities in anything right now. Because one, I don't feel strongly enough to do so. Two, I just don't even think that like I even have the best idea anymore. Like I feel like as it goes on, like the less I've played, the longer and longer it goes, I probably fall more out of touch with like the current state. And even though right now I'm still pretty confident in it, I'm not as confident as I was say a year ago. And I know that's because I just don't play much anymore. But it's like I have so many other things that I'm working on right now, and things that I actually want to do, both in my personal life and in my stream life. You know?
They got Quartz first in that fight, mind you. Bob did come through, though, so it's typically still that 5v5 as TVNT eats away the mecha trade, apparently, according to the kill feed. Naga onto 2. And Gaming Gladiators get a little bit more off that Exodio living is important here. You need 5 to actually get some good distance.
And the new gen streamers are so much different than Overwatch 1 streamers? What are you talking about?
Scrappy stuff there in that last fight, but maybe the switch towards the Venture has given Gaming Gladiators a little bit more survivability. And of course, being able to all turn up in the same spot at the same time is pretty crucial when it comes to these all-in strategies. Now Gaming Gladiators can threaten a checkpoint take, but they will have to contend with this high ground spot of Twisted Minds, who have an extensive lead on them already, including that checkpoint taken.
Are you talking about like mainstream, or are you talking about like Overwatch?
And he's under pressure. If he goes down or he's low, it's going to come into question whether he can do it. He's going to play through.
UB has a decent Blizzard opportunity here, though. Now,
so then who do you mean, like Aspen and like Frogger and like those types? Because like they're not even new. They've been around for a long time. Aspen's been a streamer longer than I have. But she was just really young and also doing pro play.
And they're really never in a position where they have ult advantage.
So they just have a different view, I think.
52 is at least getting
I do think also something changes as you get older too, because they're a lot younger.
It is still winnable. Typically,
Who streamed Overwatch 2 but never streamed Overwatch 1? Like who? I'm genuinely curious. I don't know who you're talking
about. Where
about.
they have to play through pretty flawlessly from here on out. Can't afford to let us go to triple digits for TM.
They have to swing multiple fights in a row, which is something the Gaming Gladiators haven't done at all this series. It's gonna be a big ask for them. Oh, what a spot there on
And that's like a no ego thing. I'm genuinely fucking curious. I don't know. I know like TikTok. There's a lot of TikTok people.
Going straight into the Korean future Dyson.
Good news is the Blizzard is probably one of the least important ultimates. What you really got to do
Dobby?
is
You mean Apex Dobby?
Bob's coming through here as well. Support's down for GG.
Good brawling out here though from Naga though. Tries to drop a pulse bomb at the doorstep. Bag of poop, light it on fire and hope he gets answered. The TVNT runs that tracer down eventually out of blinks.
Do a lot of them stream on
Now
TikTok?
Again, Twisted Mind's very split up. This time Blizz
like,
recently going back though for a taxi. Of course we've seen Vigilante switch.
I definitely know. I can definitely recognize there's a lot of like TikTok people now
within a small zone with that immortality field.
that I just don't know.
I think into the Venture, that's a smart call to make. Anna's super diveable from Venture's POV, so going over towards the BAP, having the jump available, having extra boots, etc. Right, having the immortality field.
Damn, I feel like Seagull now.
Looking towards.
You know what's actually funny? I don't mean to blow up his spot. But when Overwatch 2 came out, I was talking to him one time about like, you know, getting people to play and stuff like that. And he was down, but like he was like, yeah, you know, like you gotta be the one to do it all. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I was like, these people like I love you. Like these people like you too. Like it's not like I have to be the middleman. And he was like, Flats, I don't know who any of these people are. I was like, what? And I was talking about people that I thought were pretty well known, and like he knew a few of them, but like there were so many people he just didn't even know. Like they paused at the victory screen.
And what a time for a pause.
Oh, it was a DC, but the game's over. He genuinely didn't know like so many of the people, and I was like, oh my god, holy shit.
Player of the game here is served by the Overwatch client.